Happy St. Patrick's Day weekend, guys. Yes, I have no green shirts in my house to wear, and I do have a hat. I don't want to wear it right now. But anyway, guys, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, so we have to rank the Leprechaun franchise from worst to best. So let's start talking about it. Yes, we're going to be ranking the Leprechaun franchise from worst to best, but if this is your first time on the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Adam, and I love talking about movies, entertainment type stuff, and if that's what you really like as well, think about hitting that subscribe button and joining the conversations. You have rankings every Saturday, live shows every Sunday, and a slew of older and new movie reviews dropping throughout the week, so definitely check that out. Anyway, guys, the Leprechaun franchise is a rather fun franchise. There's some really funny moments, some really interesting kills, and also a lot of wackiness and craziness and just kind of some boringness thrown in there as well. Everything with the kitchen sinks in this franchise, pretty much. It's a fun one, but today we're ranking. This is my personal ranking of the franchise. Make sure you guys leave your ranking down in the comments section down below. Let's have a good conversation about the Leprechaun. And happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. Leprechaun Origins, yes, the WWE produced film. And to be honest with you, I was actually looking forward to this one when it first came out because I kind of like, I'm a wrestling fan a little bit, so I know Hornswoggle was in this one as the Orc, I said Orc because he looks like it, but as the Leprechaun. However, he wasn't speaking, and it was definitely took all the humor out of the original films and just took that out and just made it kind of a straight up horror film. However, only one could kill. The spinal rip, that was a cool kill. However, the movie's just rather boring. They definitely go to the darker tone, and the Leprechaun is not really a Leprechaun. He's like a mix of an orc in a cave. It's a really weird thing. And it's just rather boring and just uninteresting. Definitely at the bottom of my list. Yep, when you have to go to space to try to change things up in the franchise, that's where you kind of lose me a little bit. This one feels like it's the same kind of humor. Why did he go to space? Like that, the continuity of this franchise is not consistent whatsoever, and I don't care about that. However, when you go to space and it makes no sense whatsoever, that's where you really kind of lose me, and my suspension of disbelief is completely shattered. This film, really, the jokes were really funny for me. The kills, again, uninteresting, more cartoonish than anything. Some decent lines from the Leprechaun, but this weird mixture hybrid that he transforms this guy into is kind of gross and as well. But this is one that I just rather skip and just go into the next films because this is one of the most painful watches for me to get through. Leprechaun in the Hood. I can appreciate the fact they took the Leprechaun franchise into a different direction. Once again, back-to-back films, they do so, guys. And this one has an interesting plot point to it. They have this magical flute that these gangsters are trying to covet. They have possession over with Ice-T. It's the Leprechaun's flute, so the Leprechaun is trying to get it back because, you know, it has some magic powers over him. Ice-T in this film is rather entertaining. Warwick Davis, again, going into his rapper roots, I guess. I don't know. As the Leprechaun, pretty entertaining. Nothing really memorable about this film for me other than maybe a memorable cameo from Coolio. It does come across as a little sexist, racist possibly, who knows. It's definitely not a PC movie, considering it came out like, almost 15, 20 years ago already. But it's a decent watch compared to the other two movies I mentioned. Next up, Leprechaun Back to the Hood. This one is a very entertaining movie. This is definitely more of a comedy than anything. The kills are very unmemorable in this one. Not really creative whatsoever. However, I like this kind of premise where these guys they have a bunch of, they find Leprechaun's the gold, and they start spending it, and they get kind of whatever they want. Of course, the Leprechaun's after them to get all their his gold back. You know, the characters are rather dumb. It's a step up from the previous entry as well, but definitely a better comedy than anything. It has a feel of a 90s slasher movie in it to me as well. Maybe I'm just reading too much into that, who knows. But it's a very entertaining outing that I can definitely rewatch because there is some legit laughs in this film, and it's very kind of fun, and in a sense as well, to see a Leprechaun going after his gold. And the newest installment to the Leprechaun franchise is Leprechaun Returns. It's a TV movie. It's about these sorority girls who unawarely wake up this leprechaun when they try to tear down the cabin that the leprechaun's underneath, and they build a sorority house. It's a college movie. College, Leprechaun. It's a fun, interesting story back here. I definitely could see myself rewatching. I've only seen it one time, but I was really entertained when I was watching it. I like the makeup for the Leprechaun, different kind of look. Kind of felt like the original kind of films as well. But definitely can see this one moving up if I watch it again. Who knows? Entertaining, and I kind of enjoyed myself watching. I think this is actually a pretty underrated movie. Really tough. The next three, I really do like the three next films, but I'm going with the first Leprechaun movie with Jennifer Aniston in the leading role. Thought that was pretty interesting to see her, and then pop up like, that's Rachel. What? But it was fun to see her in this film for sure. But this is a pretty entertaining movie. I love Warwick Davis here. I thought the comedy really worked out. They didn't really have it master with the premise of what they were going for. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Child's Play in a way. They didn't really show the Leprechaun too much. They didn't really show Chucky too much in the Child's Play movie. They really banked on the actors leading this film, and they built more on the franchise as we went forward, focusing on the Leprechaun. My favorite kill in this series, one of my favorite kills in the series, is the pogo stick kill in this one. I thought that was really entertaining. You know, not a really brutal film. The kills definitely get stepped up in the next two entries, but Leprechaun 2 is Leprechaun 1 is a really solid outing. Vegas, baby. Leprechaun in Vegas. This is actually a pretty enjoyable installment. Kills are really brutal. I like the Leprechauns. Again, the continuity of the story and his powers are completely different every single film, and I don't mind that too much. This outing sees the Leprechaun granting twisted wishes to people and just brutally killing them. Talk about one of the grossest kills when basically that woman's inflating. Wow, that was really hard to watch for me, but it was a pretty good outing. I really liked this one. They could do so much with Vegas and the Leprechaun franchise. I wish they would have had another outing here. Maybe it was pretty cool. I like the kills in this one. I thought they were definitely more creative than other outings in the franchise, and definitely having the setting in Vegas, I think that's a good way to go with that, because if you're in Sin City, you have this Leprechaun doing really twisted wishes. I really dug that a lot, so it's just very entertaining. However, my favorite film is Leprechaun 2 in the franchise. I thought the kills were definitely ramped up here. Definitely had some humor to it. That lawnmower sequence is crazy. Again, his power and the story of why he's doing things have changed since the previous outing, just one entry earlier. However, again, knowing that they're going to keep changing all the continuity, I can totally forgive it and just enjoy the ride that I'm on. And Leprechaun 2, for me, is one of those rides that I definitely am enjoying myself watching. The Leprechaun in this film, on his 1,000th birthday, decides that he's going to go after the descendant of one of his slaves in his earlier days, and it's only up to the girl's boyfriend to save the day. Really cool. Seeing that he's going after a bride in this film was definitely a different change of pace from the outing before. Thought the story was really well, and just, again, very entertaining film. None of these movies are perfect by any means, but it's just how you enjoy them. It makes all the difference, guys. That's a really quick ranking of the franchise where I feel like the best ones are. How do you guys rank them from worst to best? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my name is Adam. Until next time, I will see you later.